Hello and welcome back to Comics Are Awesome, where we bring you everything awesome in comics. As you might have noticed, I'm not filming. Due to other obligations, quite new, I've been pretty busy to film a new episode. But I did want to get this list out close-ish to New Year's, so we're going to have to rush this one a bit. So I present to you my top 5 new comics of 2011. Number 5, Action Comics. I've already talked about Grant Morrison and Superman quite a bit in 2011, but suffice it to say, Grant Morrison writes a great Superman. All-Star Superman remains my favorite streamlined interpretation of him, but Action Comics has been a very solid choice as well. As I said in my review of the New 52, this Superman has a lot more spunk to him, which makes sense for a Superman who's still new at the job. Really, there's not a lot to say that I haven't said before. Morrison seems to be having fun recreating the Superman mythos, but doing so in a way I feel holds up to the past. Check it out! Number 4, Demon Knights. Just in case you're wondering, no, not everything on this list will be a retread of my New 52 list, but hey, DC put out 52 new ongoings, so the odds of them having more than a few entries here on the list are kind of high. Anyways, Demon Knights. This book is awesome, and continues to ramp up the awesome. Paul Cornell writes a great group of characters that are diverse, fun, and compelling. Whether it's the immortal caveman, Vandal Savage, being happy to fight dragons because he hasn't eaten one in a while, the androgynous Shining Knight, the manipulative Madame Xanadu, or the real drama between the noble Jason Blood and the monstrous demon Etrigan, whom he shares a body with. Demon Knights remains one of the most unique books in terms of setting and characters, and is pure entertainment through and through. Number 3, Wolverine and the X-Men. I've mentioned a few times that I've gotten into comics through the X-Men TV series, and I still have a soft spot for the team, but it's one I've grown away from over the last decade. I won't go into all the reasons why, but suffice it to say, save for Joss Whedon's astonishing X-Men run, I haven't followed the core X-Men books for a while. However, spilling from the events of Schism, in which Cyclops and Wolverine part ways, and split the mutant population into 2 different camps, we get 2 new X-Men books. Uncanny X-Men and Wolverine and the X-Men. I haven't gotten a chance to read Uncanny yet, but I did pick up Wolverine and the X-Men because of the strength of positive reviews and the writer Jason Aaron. Aaron is a talented writer who's been working on the Wolverine solo book for a while and has shown a great talent for understanding the character. He also lives about 15 minutes away from me, and he looks like somebody who would kill me in my sleep if I didn't put this book on the list. Anyways, that great characterization continues in his X-Men book as well. Here, Logan reopens Xavier's school, renaming it to the Jean Grey School for Higher Learning. It's kind of awesome seeing the aggressive I have problems with authority figures Wolverine have to learn to be an adult. Dealing with the new Hellfire Club, troublesome students, working the kinks out of the school's advanced technology, and having to get the school board certified. This book has a great sense of humor, and I think some of the people have accused it of being a comedy book, and while I can see that, there's enough drama and action that I don't really think it's fair to reduce it down to one thing. The only reason this is lower on the list than it is the art. Chris Bachalo has never been a favorite of mine, and he's very prone to do these close-ups of faces at odd angles, and that I'm not fond of. It's not awful art, but this probably could have been at the top of the list if we had a different artist on the opening story arc. Number 2, Animal Man. Yay! Another new 52 book to repeat myself on. Okay, well, Animal Man remains great. It's a horror book, and one of the few I can say honestly kind of disturbs me, in the way good horror should. It's not just what happens on the page, with disturbing agents of entropy hunting down Animal Man, Buddy Baker, and his family, but the scale of it as well. Buddy is the guy who can mimic strength and abilities of animals, which is great for stopping your standard criminals, but there is a great sense of how overwhelmingly dwarfed he feels while on this quest that is nearly cosmic in scope. But he nor his family come across as weak or ineffectual, if anything, just the opposite, with his wife and son having to defend themselves when Buddy is away. Seriously, if you like horror in your superhero comics, you need to buy this book. And my number 1 new ongoing series of 2011 is Daredevil. Daredevil is a series I've always respected, but never managed to get drawn in for too long. While there's plenty of the series I haven't read, I've been put off by the dark atmosphere that permanently emanates the book. Ever since Frank Miller's run, he's been kind of depressing, going from one tragedy to the next. While Daredevil's not been entirely joyless, it's been a bit rougher than I prefer my superheroes. But this year, Marvel has finally given Matt Murdock a bit of reprieve by giving the book to Mark Waid. Waid, a veteran comic writer, has written Daredevil in a more relaxed, easygoing style. But interestingly enough, it doesn't ignore the noir past. For example, in recent years, Daredevil's identity has gone public, so while Matt Murdock denies it constantly, it's an open secret. and everyone from his colleagues to the hot dog vendor knows who he really is. It's a nice return to the more swashbuckling Daredevil of his roots, but still keeping the bit of an edge to not make it too retro or kitschy. Also, the rotating art teams of Paulo Rivera and Marcos Martin are amazing, especially Rivera, who I didn't know too well before this book, but this does a great job of visualizing Daredevil's radar abilities. Any superhero fan should give this book a look. Anyways, that's it for this list. Again, this is just my opinion, and you should share your thoughts on your favorite new books in the comments below. I'll see you next time, and remember, comics are awesome, and we're going to get the word out.